This Sunday, April the 9th, Paris-Roubaix, the final cobbled classic of the season, is already upon us. 257 km from Compiègne to Roubaix, comprising 29 cobble sectors, including resounding names such as the Trouet d'Arenberg, Mont-Saint-Pével and the Carrefour de l'Arbre, typically good for around 55 km on the cobbles. The winners of the final 10 editions are all typical classics riders, including Tom Bonen, who won the race on 4 occasions, and Fabian Cancellara, who managed to win it thrice. 3 of these editions have been won solo, Bonen in 2012, Terpstra in 2014 and Van Baarle last year. The remaining editions saw a sprint of 2 to 6 riders. As in the Tour of Flanders, the strongest automatically flow to the surface. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with once again Wout van Aert and Mathieu van der Poel being the main favorites, followed by Pedersen and Ganna. Here's an overview of some of the riders lining up with previous experience in the Hell of the North, comprising 5 former winners: Greg van Avermaet, John Degenkolb, Peter Sagan and Dylan van Baarle. Then there's some riders with an above average number of top 10 finishes compared to their starts taken. Drawing my particular attention are Stibar, Van Marke, Lampaert, Van Aert, Van der Poel and Florian Vermeers. So here's the riders to watch in my opinion for this year's race. Mathieu van der Poel has taken a different approach compared to other years. He skipped Dwars door Vlaanderen and added the Scheldeprijs between the Ronde and Paris-Roubaix. On top of that, he's lining up with a strong squad. I don't think we've seen him line up this well surrounded. At Jumbo-Visma, Wout van Aert is supposedly not feeling 100%. That being said, you have to be a brave man to bet against him. Besides Wout, Jumbo-Visma lines up with last year's winner Van Baarle, who's back from his C3 crash, Laporte and Van Hooijdonk. At UAE, Trentin thrives on heavy races and came 10th in the Ronde, yet he started Paris-Roubaix 9 times, didn't finish thrice and never did better than 36th. At Movistar, it will be interesting to see how Garcia Cortina will do. Mohoric is on his 4th participation and came in 5th here last year. Mats Pedersen and Stuyven at Trek Segafredo both have plenty of experience at this race. Interesting to note is that in the final 5 years, Stuyven rode into the top 10 on 3 occasions, while Pedersen never managed the top 10 and did not finish last year and the year before. On the other hand, Pedersen is on a roll, 16 Sanremo, 15 Gent-Wevelgem and Dwars door Vlaanderen and onto the podium in the Ronde. Stefan Kung at FDJ deserves a spot on any top 10 list. On his last 3 participations, he came in 11th, did not finish and was 3rd on last year's edition. At Ineos, I'm on the Ganna hype train since the run-up to last year's race. At Quickstep, we've seen a good Asgreen in the Ronde, yet he's never done better in Roubaix than 44th on his 3 earlier participations. Lampaert, though, did ride into the top 10 here in 4 out of 7 starts. Note that also Merlier could do really well from the break. Then I refuse to rule out Degenkolb at DSM and Mike Teunissen at Intermarché for the top 10. And at Israel Premier Tech, Sepp van Marke is the man to watch. He's in form and Roubaix suits him. He top 10'd here in 5 out of his 9 participations. At Bora, Nils Pollitt tends to thrive on the cobbles of northern France. And finally, at Lotto Destiny, besides Vermeers, I'm interested to see how De Lee will do. From this long list, here's my favorites. Wout van Aert, Mathieu van der Poel and Pedersen get 4 stars. Van Marke and Ganna get 3 stars. Laporte, Kung and Van Baarle get 2 stars. And finally, Lampaert and Stuyven each get 1 star. For this year's edition, I'm expecting a Mathieu van der Poel solo, taking the win ahead of Pedersen and Van Aert. Thanks for watching and catch you next week for my Amstel Gold Race preview.